pull up po yung exact number. Mga 32% po ang exact number ho.
Is that sufficient? Is that acceptable? Kasi ang concentration ng ito. I think nag-improve na po tayo sa nasa 40 na yata tayo percent. 35, yeah, 35.
Yan po, on the average po 35%. Yan,
so it's improving, you know. But I think there's still room for improvement. Kasi nga yung local development mas importante kasi nakafocus yung ating national budget sa mga central offices. Well, of course, we can explain that kasi may mga big ticket projects tayo na sa central offices lamang ginagawa. So, anyway.
Ito po yung data na sinabit po sa amin ng DepDev at yan po yung average for the last 5 years.
Yeah, and it's it's good to know na malaking improvement from the previous 20% or so. Malaki na yung share na galing sa RDC endorsed.
Yeah.
Sige po, talo na po tayo sa sa unprogrammed appropriations. May mga provisions po dyan, special provisions, yung una, kailangan may excess tayong collection from non-tax revenues. Kasi noong 2024, ewan ko kung bakit ginalaw nila yung special provisions na in-include nila yung tax collections, yung tax revenues, isinama doon sa dapat non-tax kasi traditionally or historically, tatlo lang talaga nakikita nating provisions or special provisions. But under the 2024 GAA, bigla may sumulpot na sinama pa yung tax revenues and non-tax. Tapos dinagdagan pa ng GOCC. Sinama pa yung foreign assisted projects. So medyo nagkagulo tayo doon kasi pati nga yung pera ng PhilHealth. Because of that provision, kasi PhilHealth is a GOCC, pati yun medyo nagalaw. Anyway, binalik na ho yan sa 2025 na bumalik na uli sa non-tax. For information, Mr. President, Your Honor, kindly identify the items na yung pinagkukunan natin from the non-tax revenues. May listahan po tayo niyan. At meron kasi akong gustong i-point out once we have identified all the non-tax collections of the Philippine government. Ito yung mga sa treasury, pati yung mga interest na nakukuha natin. Susundan ko na rin ng tanong na magkano ito nakukuha natin from the non-tax revenues. Para mabilis po tayo.
So for 2024 po, ang non-tax, ang...
No, anyway, 2024.
2024. Ang total po is 615 billion pesos. Ang mga pinagkunan po will be major ones lang, no? Income from Treasury, about 96 billion pesos. NG income collected by the Bureau of Treasury, about 186 pesos. Tapos may mga breakdown pa po yan. Ang pinakamalaki po talaga, it will be dividends, about 138 billion pesos.
Okay. May napansin naman akong pattern dito, Mr. President. From 2022, yung projection na ginawa natin, 164. Yung program, 164. Pero yung actual natin, tumalon siya, nag-increase ng 97%. Naging 323. And then in 2023, pareho pa rin ang pattern, no? 168, yung program naging 190, pero ang actual tumalon siya ng 106%. Umabot siya ng 393, no? 2024, ganun din. Ang tanong ko po is dahil pwedeng humugot doon para mapondohan yung mga unprogrammed appropriations, ito medyo malicious po o medyo naughty yung tanong ko, deliberate ba ito para may papaghugutan? Parang mababa yung ating projection, pero ang actual, labis. So sinabi, pag may excess collection, pwede tayo maglipat, pwede tayo magpondo sa mga unprogrammed. So ang tanong ko po, ito rin yung sasabi ko kanina, lagi tayong sablay sa mga projection natin, ano? Ito maganda kasi tumataas. Pero dahil may pattern, I cannot help but think na deliberate ba ito para mayroon tayong sigurado mapaghugutan ng pondo kasi may excess collection para mapondohan yung unprogrammed appropriations?
Well, ang advice ko sa akin ni Senator Recto ay, o Secretary Recto, is hindi naman deliberate po.
Hindi deliberate. Baka lang ako ginajustify na mapondo na. Mabuti kung yung unprogrammed appropriations, talagang para do sa, tulad nga ng sinabi niyo, di ba, inalis na natin yung mga hindi naman dapat nasa unprogrammed. Kasi napansin ko, dati pati yung mga ayuda nilagay sa unprogrammed appropriation. So, you know, I was just thinking with a little malice, ano, na baka para ma-justify na mapondohan yung mga different kinds of ayuda na nasa unprogrammed, of course wala na sa 2026, inalis na natin. O aalisin natin, ano. And I hope medyo tayo yung manalo sa BICAM along that line. But yun lang aking observation. Kung hindi naman deliberate, then well and good. Kasi wala namang masama kung mag-augment tayo ng pondo papuntang unprogrammed kung maganda yung paggagamitan. Pero kung gagamitin natin na hindi naman papakinabangan for development at para lang magkaroon ng pondo yung AKAP, of course wala nang AKAP ngayon, no? Yung AIX, MAIP, parang hindi nakakasustain o hindi nakakatulong sa development. Pwede naman yun sa regular budget o sa regular program.
Ang explanation ho sa akin ni Secretary Recto, pag forecast ho sila at programming, very liberal ang kanilang projections pagdating sa unprogrammed.
No, sa program revenue.
I understand from Senator Recto, meron po itong kinalaman sa programming of the projections. So pagdating po sa program is liberal ang kanilang
Target.
revenue target
Sa program.
sa program po, sa program. Pagdating ho sa unprogram, mas strict ho sila sa pagdating sa unprogram. Para pagdating ho sa dulo, magbabalanse lang po yung kanilang revenue projections. So doon po yung kanilang, in a nutshell po, I'm putting it very simply, Senator Lacson. So pagdating ho sa dulo, magbabalanse lang po.
Sige po, medyo mahaba pa ito pero puputulin ko na dahil may mga naghihikab na sa likod nyo. So, at saka 3 araw na sila para naman makauwi na sila sa kanilang mga pamilya. Thank you very much.
But we would
Mr.
welcome Senator Lacson your questions and para
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Your Honor. And thank you to the DBCC family. Mabuhay po kayo.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to my distinguished colleague, Senator Lacson, Senate President Pro Tem. Mr. President?
Thank you, Majority Leader. Yes.
Yes, Mr. President, with that, I move that we close oh, I'm sorry. Ah, yeah, that's right. We'd like to, you want to make it per department or this time? You'll take this time. Yes, we recognize Senator Kiko Pangilinan.
Senator Francis Pangilinan is recognized.
Yeah, this is not to ask questions, but to request for a submission. In the budget hearings, we of the committee of the DBCC, we requested for the purchases of LGUs of food items annual, and the DBM provided us the data that the national government purchases about 74 billion pesos worth of food annually. This is in connection with the Sagip-Saka law, where government is to purchase food items, agriculture products directly from farmers and fisherfolk organizations without the cumbersome bidding process. In other words, it's exempted. And of course, the EOs that the President recently issued. We asked for the data for local governments, and then Secretary Pangandaman said they don't have the data, but they will secure it. So hopefully, before we approve this on second reading, just for the information of our secretaries, I spoke to Secretary John Vic Remulla, and the province of Cavite, for example, allocates about 5% of its entire budget for disaster and calamity relief, which includes relief operations, and they buy 350 million pesos worth of rice annually. So you can imagine the effect or impact if a portion of that 350 million pesos worth of rice is purchased directly from farmers' organizations at the right price. And that's just one province. So hopefully the local government finance bureau of the Department of Finance can put together the data and submit it to us before we approve this on second reading. It will help us as we oversee the full implementation of the law. Thank you, distinguished sponsor.
Thank you, Senator Pangilinan, for those interventions.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Majority Leader, yes.
Mr. President, I move to close the period of interpellation on general principles. So, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, period of interpellation is closed.
And now we take up, thank you, Mr. President. Now we take up the different budgets of the three departments. If with the permission of the body, I'll start with the budget that has no interpellator, Mr. President.
Very good.
I move to consider the budget of the Department of Economy, Planning and Development, the DepDev, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, consideration is in order.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, hindi pa tapos, Mr. President. In consideration pa, hindi pa approve. Sandali. The grandfather of DepDev will sit down first. Ako yung the father, ako yung sponsor. Siya yung grandfather. So, Mr. President, may we recognize the sponsor, Senator Gatchalian, to mention the different departments and the agencies and their budgets, Mr. President, for the record.
Senator Chairman Gatchalian.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'm pleased to sponsor the budget of the Department of Economy, Planning and Development, Office of the Secretary, 2.7 billion, Commission on Population and Development, 696 million, Philippine National Volunteer Service Coordinating Agency, 39 million, PPP Center of the Philippines, 1.1 billion pesos, Philippine Statistical Research and Training Institute, 152 million, Philippine Statistical Authority, 9 billion, and Tariff Commission, 124 million. And And then for the attached corporations, Development Academy of the Philippines, 1 billion.